We live. Okay, sorry, we had minor technical difficulties.
Hi guys, welcome. We're just gonna wait a few more minutes till more people arrive. I know that I've sent out an email a bit earlier just to make sure you have some time. So go get yourself a cup of coffee or tea, get yourself a notebook and a pen. You might need to write some notes down. I will be sending the recipe tomorrow when we finish the webinar, but I'm not going to give you very detailed, directions. So make sure you watch the webinar, you make notes, as I'm going to be explaining everything in detail. I will still explain it in the recipe, but just not so detailed, so you might want to just note a few things down. First of all, I just want to say thanks for coming on live. We haven't done one for 3 months or so. Let us know where you're watching from. So we had people registering from all over the world, from Australia, from America, Russia, Latvia, England. So do let us know where you're from. And of course today we're going to be making lychee yogurt and raspberry cake, which is incredible. And some of you have been asking me as well to get something like lighter, moussier, less calories, and this cake is so light, very creamy, and I love lychees. And of course, if you watched me on my trip to Hong Kong, I went to the famous bakery by Gerard, where I got inspired to make this dessert. It was amazing. So I created something, can I just say, even better? So ingredients are very simple. We're going to start off the webinar with our sponge cake. Then we're going to move on to our lychee mousse, and we're going to wait for the cake to set a little bit. Then I'll talk about my online school, as it's really, really important. Yeah.
No, it's fine, I was just telling you, I may need, guys, I donated blood today, so I definitely need the camera.
Ivar, could you get us please the stick? The stick, thank you.
Yeah.
Just gonna bring that on.
Because I think my left arm is gonna go absolutely numb.
Yeah, you might need to hold it. Yeah, so we're gonna start with that, then I'll talk about online school. Also you have to watch till the end, because at the very end we're gonna do a big surprise. So something I'm gonna give away to one of you, especially if you're watching the webinar. And also we're gonna talk about my online school, because some of you already joined. I don't know if you're watching the webinar, you already bought the course. Some of you might be new or haven't heard about me. Obviously I'm Alla. And I wanted to share a little story about myself. So I came to England when I was 14 years old by myself, and I didn't speak English, and I had, very difficult past. I've lost really important family members, but basically how I started baking is because it made me happy, and it was my way of kind of going away from everything and baking. So I started with no experience. I had 0 experience. So I just want to let you know that I was in the same position like you were. I didn't know how to make. I will show you a picture. I'll send it actually in my email of my first cake, which looked horrific. And I didn't know how to do all these things, but with experience I learned so much. So I just want to tell you that I was in your shoes and I know how it feels. So with my guidance, and if you like me as a teacher, hopefully, we're just gonna place the stand on.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
nice, thank you.
Hopefully with my guidance, you're gonna be able to do the same. And I've done so many mistakes. I just don't want you to repeat those mistakes. Hence, I created my online school. But today we're gonna I'll show you how to make this cake, and you'll get to see if you like my style, if you like me as a person, and feel free to ask any questions as well.
Yeah, Byron said a lovely comment that you look very nice and adorable. Thanks, Byron, for watching. Obviously, guys, feel free to ask any questions, any personal questions if you want about Alla, or about her recipes, or this webinar as we go along. So I will be reading out your questions as they come in. Try not to interrupt Alla too much on the way, but I'm sure we'll be
so,
all good.
Like I said, I hope everyone's ready and chilled. And now we're going to start with our cake. So this is a really easy recipe, but this cake actually pretty much, is so fluffy, very airy, purely because we're going to whisk our eggs. But first, what we're going to do, I've got my ingredients over here. I'm not going to list them down because I'm going to send you the full recipe with all the ingredients. So right now I just want you to follow through and kind of just, you know, remember what we're going to be doing. So first thing we're going to do is melt our butter together with milk. So I'm just going to add, it's such a small amount, so I'm adding butter inside the milk.
Byron is asking, when are you making Rocky Road cheesecake? I feel like that has come through before. Pretty sure Byron asked that before.
Yeah, Byron, yes, we'll definitely be making that. I don't know when, soon, I promise. So this goes in the microwave for just 10 seconds or so. So not too long. Next, we're gonna, actually, my oven is already preheating to 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit. Yeah, just gonna check. A bit longer. We don't want to cook it too long, maybe longer than 10 seconds.
How long was that?
30 seconds.
Nice.
So you can see the butter hasn't completely melted, but I'm just gonna move this aside and just mix it together so the butter melts.
Sukanya is asking, how do you get the recipe?
If you have signed up to the webinar, you'll get the recipe sent out to you tomorrow. I'll try and do that tomorrow. And you can make it. As well, another thing, as you follow me on Instagram, if you do, if you don't, you should totally. I did this surprise heart honey cake for Ivar, and so many of you made this for your sons, for your daughters, for your husbands. It was amazing to see all of those cakes. So I also want to remind you that it's really good to make this. The weekend is coming, so while it's still fresh in your head, I hope I'm going to be seeing some mousse cakes over the weekend. Okay, so first thing what we're going to do, we're going to line this with some foil. And this is really easy, you don't need any baking paper or anything like that. So we're going to put the ring. You can also use any other cake ring that you have, you know, just the normal one. Just split this away. And just kind of go around and press. You just want to go around and press and just kind of hug it out. Just like this. So this makes it so easy, the batter is not going to leak, the foil is quite strong, and we're going to place it straight, we're going to place it straight away into our tin. So that's already when the batter is ready. So I'm just going to set this aside for now. Now we're going to whisk our eggs together with sugar. So really, really straightforward. I'm just going to change to a whisk. Any questions so far? Don't be shy, guys. Ask me anything. Anything cooking related. Anything.
Remind me, which cake are we making today?
So we are making a lychee yogurt and raspberry cake. So good.
Wow.
Very light.
Has anyone tried lychees before? Do you guys know what sort of exotic fruit that is?
And obviously we get them in a can here because we're in England. But if you have fresh, that's even better, I guess.
Yeah. Where did you try lychee for the first time?
I think Thailand.
Yeah, I think same. Yeah. Nice.
Right, so we're gonna add egg inside our bowl. So just add an egg. It's just one egg really. And then we're gonna add the sugar straight away. And now I'm just gonna whisk everything until the mixture pretty much doubles in size. So, you know, 3 to 5 minutes, depends on your mixer. So it can be faster or slower. Just completely up to you. So just whisk everything together. You want to go around like this. You can see it's starting to puff up. at that. You can see it's when it's done, if you just move your whisk around the actual mixture, it should show you an H shape. So if I do this and then do that, you see it kind of leaves the lines. That's when it's done. You can whisk it for a bit longer, but because we're doing the webinar, we'll try and move this as quickly because your time is really important. So I don't want to, you know, do this for too long. So now what we're going to do,
You had hi from Miss Pumpkin. I think she's a fellow Latvian. So
nice.
Hi Miss Pumpkin. Sounds tasty.
Thank you. So now what we're going to do, we're going to incorporate our butter and milk mixture together with our flour and baking soda all together. So I'm going to add half of my milk and butter mixture. So just add half inside and then sieve the flour and baking soda straight away.
And that's mixed together there.
Yeah, it's all mixed together. Just do that. And then whisk again. And now repeat. And then just whisk.
I was going to say, I was like, you'll not be able to have 3 hands doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe one day I'll be like a ninja. So just sieve that through. So yeah, I just thought about this the other day and I was thinking people constantly message me and say, yeah, but you're really good at baking, I can't do this. I couldn't do any of this. I couldn't make a cake. I mean, oh my god, it was just I used to buy these like ready sponge cakes, you know, in the supermarket and then put like condensed milk and raspberry jam inside, and that was like my first cake.
Oh my god, I remember that. I actually remember that.
So embarrassing. So don't be, you know, afraid of learning new skill. Like it's totally normal.
We had a question. Was the butter mixture warm?
Yeah, it was still warm. Yeah, it was still warm. Not hot, but just warm enough, so it's perfect.
Nice.
So just whisk everything. Okay, this is it. So this is done. We don't want to whisk too much.
Got bubbles in there, right?
Yeah, all I'm gonna do, just gonna go around with a spatula and just make sure there's no flour bits anywhere. So the mixture is quite liquid and this is how we want it. You can add vanilla extract in here if you want to. I'm not gonna add anything right now. So we're just gonna get our pan ready and pour the mixture inside. Just pour that straight away.
Oh wow. Apple Tiramisu just said he woke up from his sleep just to see you live and it's 3 a.m. there.
Oh my god.
Wow, that is some dedication. That's incredible. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I hope you
So that means a lot.
Yeah, that means a lot. I hope you don't, you know, feel too sleepy.
Well, hopefully you feel hungry after this, you know.
And then go to the fridge. Now you see it's all good. Now we're just gonna take the cake and put this in the oven. So that goes in the oven. Timing wise, I will let you know. Because I baked it before. So I'll put 15 minutes on now because it's quite a small cake, but we do want a nice steady rise.
You know what? It looked like white chocolate.
Oh, did it?
Like melted white chocolate. To me, at least. I was like, and I'm not a massive fan of white chocolate, but that batter looked great.
Yeah, well, you can lick the spoons later. Any questions so far? I'm just gonna...
I think so far so good, but don't be afraid, guys, to ask any questions as we go along.
Yes, definitely.
I will be, or I can give you guys a shout out as well. You know, happy to do that. We've had a few.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the lychees, my favorite fruit. Although I feel like all exotic fruits I love. Like if you had to pick between lychee, passion fruit, mango, pineapple, I can't.
Mangosteen is my favorite.
Oh my God,
mangosteen.
So guys, yeah. Just wanted to show you, okay, these are the lychees I get. So lychees in light syrup. I'm pretty sure you can get these anywhere in any store, like in a big supermarkets. So just look out for lychees. It can be in any syrup as long as they look like this when you open them. So these are like the whole little bubbles here.
Rather than like a chopped up ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna actually take few out because these we're gonna decorate our cake. So we wanna keep like few as a decoration. So I'm just gonna take few out, and I'm gonna probably take 8 or 6 out, 8 probably. So 2, and you want to place them in a separate bowl because there's a lot of, you know, juice in there, so you don't want it to leak too much.
Yeah. Has anyone tried lychee martini? Because
Yeah.
that is one of the favorites for sure.
Definitely, it's like one of my favorite
If you
drinks.
haven't, you guys should.
I'm just gonna set this aside now.
Nice.
Actually, just hang on. Yeah. So we're gonna need, because I didn't separate it, so yeah. So we're gonna need a food processor because we're gonna blitz the rest of our lychees into a puree. If you have a lychee puree and you can buy it, then it saves you a lot more time. You can just get it all done. I don't have that, so we're gonna measure 300 grams of lychees. Okay. I'm just gonna wipe this. Oh, this wasn't washed really well. 1 second.
So yeah, whoa, that was completely off. Has anyone tried lychee? I'm still waiting to hear back from you guys on this. And if yes, have you also tried a lychee martini? Because so these babies look.
Right, so I'm just, without the juice, I'm gonna add 300 grams. Oh, don't worry, I'll obviously do all the measurements for you when I send you the recipe. So add those in. So this is why I need around 2 cans. In your country, they might be bigger or smaller, so it's really important to obviously measure everything. And if you follow me, you know that I'm obsessed with scale, because scale is everything in baking. You cannot be a good chef if you don't have a scale. And that's like one mistake that I made when I was baking before. Like, I just didn't understand, why do I need to weight everything? But it's just so easy. Everything is in grams. All my recipes are in grams as well. You just press the sort of, I'll show you how to use it. So at the minute, it's on like 280, 290. Just gonna add the last 2, and that should be 300. Oh, too much. 1 extra. I'm sure that's not gonna.
I'll have that.
Here you go.
Oh.
So 300, you see, and then all you do, you just press here. That's like just to, you know, set it all off. And then I need 100 grams. So you just pour that in of liquid. So, because we do want that lychee flavor. And also, we're not actually adding a lot of sugar to this recipe because the syrup already has a little bit of sugar, so it kind of makes it sweet. We're just gonna blend these together. A moment. Oh, I already plugged that in.
Ooh.
Kind of have a big kitchen, but clearly not enough space. So we're just gonna blitz these until nice puree. Oh, it would be good if it was on. I plugged the wrong thing in. It's alright. Okay, so we're just gonna blitz these now. Okay, so you don't want to blitz it for too long, just enough. Look at that. Beautiful. It looks very liquid as well, but don't worry, it's absolutely fine. So there's our puree. Now, before we move forward, we just need to soak our gelatin. I love gelatin.
Soaking the gelatin.
And of course, I love gelatin so much. It's such an awesome product. I'm actually using fish gelatin, so if you can't eat pork or anything like that, I recommend, you know, really good brands on my online courses. So whatever kind of things that you have. So I've got the really strong gelatin here as well, which is 200C Bloom, which is a strong one. Usually in supermarkets, they're really expensive if you buy, you know, like packages, but they tend to be strong, but you always should check because sometimes they could be like really cheap ones and it's probably not good quality.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna add cold water inside, into the gelatin, just like this, and mix everything together with my tiny whisk. And now we're gonna wait 5 to 10 minutes until gelatin sets. So we're just gonna set this aside, really. Don't need to do anything else. That's how easy it is.
Nice.
Now, I'm just gonna get a new bowl. So we're gonna add lychee puree inside, in here. All the way here.
That looks interesting, I'm not gonna lie.
And now we're gonna add our yogurt inside, okay? So, really easy. This is full fat yogurt. You can
Greek?
also use, yeah, it's Greek one. Sorry, I don't think it's actually, it's low fat, but you can use full fat. If you're trying to make this cake low fat, use the low fat. So it won't make a difference. So add the yogurt inside. Alright, just like that. And just mix it. Oh, it smells so good already. Can you smell that? Or maybe you come from there.
Oh, you mean the oven? Yeah, not that.
The lychee.
No, maybe I can't. No. It looks good.
And we're gonna set this aside. So really, we've got a few more steps. Now we're gonna whisk our egg whites with sugar. And the reason why this cake is sort of tastes like a souffle or like a light moussey kind of cake is because we replaced a lot of the double cream or heavy cream with egg whites, and egg whites tend to be much lower in calories, plus they're healthy because it's protein. So that's why this cake is actually so light and doesn't feel heavy at all. And of course it's good for your belly. Your belly likes you. So yeah, so we're gonna just change the whisk. When whisking egg whites, you need to make sure everything is really nice and clean. Your bowl, and there's no egg whites, sorry, egg yolk in the sugar, in the egg whites. Going crazy. So we're gonna add that in, and we're gonna start whisking in a second. Just need to get the whiskers. Hang on.
I think Milo here is trying to play with balloons again from your birthday.
Any questions so far, guys?
Seems all self-explanatory, but do ask questions, guys.
Don't be shy. I also realized that not everybody can ask questions, I suppose, because some people either don't have YouTube or they're not logged in through YouTube.
So you can still watch on YouTube, but if you're not logged in, you can't ask.
I think you can't comment, yeah. So if you can log in...
As you know, verified.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, something like that, yeah. So don't be shy to log in or ask me later, I guess. Okay, so we're going to whisk the egg whites now. We're going to start whisking them without any sugar at first. We want to get nice and sort of fluffy mixture, nice volume. And this should take a few minutes, maybe even less, because this is really powerful. As you can see, that didn't take much time and it's nice and fluffy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my sugar and I will keep whisking and adding a little bit of sugar at the time. So you're just going to see me sort of pour it inside. Okay. Hang on, let me just place this onto... let me see, it doesn't slide.
It doesn't slide.
Yeah. And it looks prettier. Just keep adding sugar. Whoa. Just a few more minutes. Look at this beautiful meringue.
Wow.
So white, right? So we don't want to have too many yet.
Yeah, so no, we just had a hi from Victoria. She says obviously happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was on Monday. She was asking about where did you get the lychees from? Was it
Supermarket.
Sainsbury's? Or
Oh yes, if you're
Tesco?
based in UK, then yeah, it was Sainsbury's, the big one. So yeah, they sell them there just in a big one, so you have to go to a big one.
And also she's asking, can you substitute lychee for any other exotic fruit?
Not really. I mean, you could try, but I don't know the proportions of the recipe. You know, I do have to test these recipes out. So sometimes you can replace when it's something obvious, but here I'm just not sure. I wouldn't risk it, I would say, because you just don't know.
Sounds good.
So, you know, chefs and people in general, pastry chefs, develop recipes specifically for a reason, you know, to make sure there's enough sweetness, there's enough fluffiness, everything is balanced out. So as soon as you start changing, you know, one to another, it's not my recipe anymore, so I cannot guarantee the results. But you can of course do that and try it, but I don't want you to fail, so just follow the recipe. Just in case,
Sounds
you know,
good.
unless you experienced. So now that this is whisked, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna basically incorporate our meringue together with our lychee puree and yogurt, okay? So we're gonna do this a little bit at a time. Just add that inside. And mix on low speed. You don't want to mix too much. And a bit more. Spinning everywhere.
Spinning everywhere on me.
Yeah, what I might do, I might just change to a whisk. Or like you can use, yeah, where's my whisk? Where's my whisk? Yeah, okay. So just mix that through. You can see the mixture becomes nice and fluffy. Oh, it smells like lychees.
Oh yeah, I think I can smell it now.
Now we just need to whisk our cream. I was gonna whisk it ahead of time. 1 second.
Byron says you have lovely fingernails, so
Oh, thank you very much.
was that for your birthday?
Yeah, this is shellac, by the way, so it doesn't really peel off for those who are worried about nails in the kitchen. But anyway, we're making this cake for ourselves, not for anyone else. So Inga and Ivar is gonna eat it.
Can't wait.
Gonna get the cream. So as you've noticed, I keep the cream cold in the fridge. This is really important. Otherwise, if the cream stays in a room temperature, even for like 10 minutes, it can split. So really important not to place it anywhere else except the fridge, so it's nice and cold. So we're gonna whisk the cream. Now with the cream as well, we're gonna whisk it just a little bit. We want this quite liquid and just a little soft peaks, not too much. This is why I wanted to show you how to do it rather than just adding it already ready. Okay, just take your cream, starting on low, and just move around. Okay, so this is quite liquid, you see, so we might just whisk just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Okay, this is it. So it kind of falls off the spoon, or the whisk, I guess, and it's still quite liquid. You don't want to whisk too much more.
What happens if you over whisk it?
It will be just really hard to mix it through together with the mixture, and it won't be as moussey and light, you know, you do want really light mixture.
It'll be harder.
Just our cake popped as well, so let me just check that. Let me see if that's Oh, that might need more time, so I'm gonna add.
These mixtures are looking lovely. There.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna my words are all over the place today. Whisk the cream together with this. So add a little bit and just mix that through. Actually, before we add the cream, sorry guys, completely forgot, we have our gelatin. So we need to place that in a microwave until it melts. But again, we're gonna do this in little bursts, maybe 10 seconds or so, until it's completely melted. Add that in and then add the cream. So don't add the cream before the gelatin, okay? Too many things going on. I'm just gonna watch the gelatin. Because this is really important. If you overcook your gelatin, it's gonna lose the ability to set the cake, and then you're gonna have ice cream, not a mousse cake. So you just want to do it in like bursts and make sure, just kind of watch it. Make sure like it's just melting, and then we're gonna mix together. So also what I realized for this recipe, you don't need any special equipment, which is really nice.
Apart from the whisk.
Yeah, but who doesn't have a whisk? Does anyone watching the webinar here doesn't have a whisk?
Maybe not the automatic whisk, or what you call it.
Yeah, you don't need it like too much. So now the gelatin has melted. I'm just gently gonna stir it through. You see, it's so melted in like, I think this was 30 seconds. So you don't want to cook this for any longer. Now we're gonna add this inside. Might need to just cool it down a little bit. I might just pour this into another jug just to cool it down. You see, even that was a little bit
Too much?
Yeah, so you might need to just 20 seconds. Don't want to make it too hot. So now just add that into your cake mixture. And just stir. Okay. I'm gonna stir quickly. So now this is done.
So gelatin helps just any kind of mousse to stick almost?
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, there's no way this is gonna set. And now we're gonna add the cream. So just add half of the cream, mix that through. And it's gonna be very liquid mixture, so don't get freaked out. That's normal. Just add the rest of the cream. I'm just gonna scoop out all the cream. We want all of this.
All of the goodness.
Yeah.
That means there's not much left for me.
And of course, like your actual cake that we're baking now should be done before you make the mousse, but it's not gonna set that quickly, so it's okay. So what we're gonna do now, because I want to make it 2 colors, I'm gonna separate it into a different bowl. Just transfer this half of it inside. Okay, and oh wow, that is good. That is so good already. I just love lychee. And this is completely optional. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of red food coloring to make it pink, so like a pink lychee. And you don't have to do this. I just do like to have 2 colors of the cake, so it looks nice. So
this is quite powerful. I mean, it was literally very like a notch of it, and then
yeah, so
colors,
what I like
wow.
is that you really feel the lychee flavor in this cake. So this is gonna be the pink side, and then we're gonna have the white side as well. Also, I have the bowls, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute. I'm gonna get the cake out in a second.
sorry. Any questions so far, guys, about the process or the recipe? Whilst I was having a nice drink.
Having a drink here. I'm also using gel food colors, which are not dangerous for your health. You don't need a lot, so these are the best ones. So if you're not sure about gel colors, always get the best ones, which are, you know, very good quality. You don't need a lot of it. You know, some of the food coloring that you buy in the supermarket, it's so bad for you. You need like a whole tub to get a color, so I would not advise to get that or use that at all. So I'm just gonna put the gloves on because I've got my raspberry inserts inside. Using it the wrong way. Raspberry inserts inside the freezer. I'm not going to show you how to do them.
Sorry guys, had to move the chair.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you how to do the raspberry inserts because it takes a long time in the sense that it needs to freeze. We just don't have that time at the webinar. But I will write it down and I'll explain it now, how it's done. I'll just show you as well what it is. Just going to get them out.
Crazy.
And now this is completely optional as well. So I'm using this mold with these inserts. You can use pretty much anything that you have, like a smaller mold. If you don't have these, then you can just make the jello and then put one layer of the mousse, then put the jello layer, and then let it set in a freezer, and then put the second layer. So it will just take you a bit more time. But if you do have something round like this, so this is raspberry coulis. It's quite hard to get it out.
Sounds so chill, I don't know, coolie.
So basically, it's like raspberry puree, and inside we've got a whole raspberry in there as well. So these are like a little balls. Just gonna take them out, and they just look so nice in the cake, you know, just like
you put them inside.
Yeah, you need to be quite strong to get them out. Yeah, so you put them inside and you kind of hide them, and you can make with these as well. You can make them any flavor. So whoever was asking, you could technically make this another exotic fruit and make them with another flavor.
I feel like mangosteen would go quite well with lychee.
Yeah, although you need a lot of it. I don't even know if there is like mangosteen puree.
Well, you can probably go to Chinatown and try and get some there, but yeah, I doubt they're going to be as fresh. They look so cute.
Okay, so I'm just going to get the cake out. I'm going to put these aside. Cake is done. Look at this beauty. Look at these, all the air bubbles on top. So this is what I mean. It's so fresh and so light. It's unbelievable. I'm just gonna check this, and it comes out clean. That means it's done. So I'm gonna leave this for a few minutes to cool down completely. As you know, we don't want to make this too hot. It's gonna need to cool down. So I'm just gonna leave it aside. But for now, we're gonna get our ring, and we're gonna assemble it so I can show you. Actually, I'm gonna take this off here.
So all these things are happening here. Just
What things?
all these, you know, pots and creams.
So
and
we need to put cling film around our ring, especially because we don't have a bottom. So a good way is to wet this ring around, and then the cling film kind of sticks to it. So it's much easier, you know, to use the mousse or put anything else in.
Camilla asked if the stream was going to be available later.
We hope so. Once it didn't save the stream, so I was not able to post it. But if everything is okay, technically, which is not in my control, then you will have it. But you might not have it. I don't know. I can't guarantee. Most of the time you will have the stream, but hopefully nothing will go wrong. So I'm just wetting the ring with my hands and then just breaking the cling film. And you just want to kind of go around the edges, and then you just want to pull, okay? And make sure you get a good quality cling film as well, so it's not super cheap. This one is a bit, sorry. I'm just gonna take the gloves off, can't feel it. So you just want to pull the cling film on top, so it's like really tight, just like that.
Camilla hopes for the best, that the stream will be available later. Thanks for watching.
Okay. You got all the best things come till the very end, guys. Okay, so this is all nice and tight. You could put another layer of foil just in case. So let me just do this. Okay. So we're gonna pull this in here. And I'm gonna wrap this in another layer of foil just in case. Because the mousse is very, very liquid. So we just want to make sure.
That's a good sort of base.
Yeah. Just go around and you kind of press. Go around and press. And our cake is ready for assembling. Okay. So you always should have something where you're gonna hold the mousse cake, because there's no bottom, so there's no way you can get it to the freezer. So very important to have something like this where you can put it on.
You can use like a chopping board as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first we're gonna add our white lychee mousse. So we're gonna add all of the layer. Just pour that in. And all the lychee bits. And this now goes in a freezer for, I don't know, 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes, so it's set. And then when it's set, we're gonna add our raspberry layers, the raspberry bulbs, and then pink mousse, and then the sponge. So just gonna put this quickly in.
Nice. Which layer are you guys excited about? Are you excited about the mousse, the pink mousse, the bowls?
Eva. Can you please put this in the freezer? That's really quick. Thank you.
I'm excited about the bowls the most, I think, because they're not something I've ever seen before. But this looks lovely too. Show you the sponge cake is here, just chilling. Also, what's important is that you don't touch it. You leave it to cool down naturally for 5 to 10 minutes, and you can see all the air bubbles like over here. Absolutely beautiful. It's very, very springy, very to a touch. I'm not gonna take it off the foil yet. It smells amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. Now, guys, while we're waiting, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my online school. So we need to wait 5-10 minutes. So if you have any questions, I've got my board here.
Good old board. Get the board back. Oh.
This is all right. Oh.
We'll just make sure it doesn't.
This is stable.
Yeah.
We need like technician over here. Okay, this falls on my head. Oh, which color shall I choose? I kind of feel like purple. I don't know why.
Go for it.
You're wearing purple as well.
Yeah,
so.
I think maybe that's why I'm just signaling purple to you.
So yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about online school. And so I created it in December. And basically, I teach you how to make stunning cakes, unique designs. And the main thing I'm doing there, like I mentioned to you before, it's taking you, when you don't have any experience, to sort of the level where I'm doing them now without any problems whatsoever. Because I explain everything, you get a full shopping list for your ingredients, you get like
equipment as well, which you've tested and tried like 100 times, different gelatins and things like that,
exactly.
Right?
Everything that I've tried and tested and failed and spent so much money on, you literally get that all done for you. And I will give you a sneak peek as well, how it looks. But basically it's split if you watch YouTube as well, so it's kind of much more advanced, of course, but it's split into like 20 to 30 lessons where they explain every single thing that you're going to learn to make in a detailed video, and then you kind of go and make it and complete a task. I'm always on the call as well, so I answer all your questions about any cake that you have. and obviously you have other girls and guys that have bought the course already and are making cakes so far. So yeah, but the main thing I want to talk to you about is that it really makes me happy to teach people. So that's why I wanted to put my knowledge somewhere else, you know, because this is something that obviously I've learned over the years. So I didn't quite want to do it for free on YouTube, but I wanted to kind of package it all up and make it really easy and simple for you. And I'm gonna have a sip of water. But the main thing I want to focus is on you, actually, because anyone can take the course. So you can be a mom, you can even have children. Like, I have moms that have 3 children and still make the cakes. So you can be part-time, you can be full-time work. I have a lot of full-time girls and guys as well that have a full-time job, but then on the weekend this is their way to relax. This is way, you know, to kind of make something delicious and kind of just, you know,
impress someone, I guess. Yeah.
I actually had a dad, and he didn't know to get his daughter for his 16th birthday, so he got the course and he's actually making the cakes now.
Oh my God.
And it's so sweet, you know. So literally you can be anyone, you can be at any age, anything, and this is something that you're gonna learn for life. You know, it's a skill. It's also fun. I make it entertaining. You learn new skills. You impress everyone. You're gonna be so surprised at yourself when you make a cake. I've had messages as well from girls saying like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I made this!" Like, and she was in shock for a day because how the hell did she do it? And so yeah, it's because all the recipes are obviously tested out 100 times. They're all clear. They're all written out. You don't need to figure anything out. You just go there and learn, you know. And
because they are like, they look incredible, they look super sophisticated, you know.
I wish we could like add photos in there.
Yeah, they these cakes, they look next level, you know, not something you can even get in a shop.
Yeah,
like, or any kind of cafeteria, and like, not even shop, like any like what we call these condition, bakeries, that's what I'm thinking of, French word.
Another thing as well is that you will probably never buy another cake, so you will save yourself so much money, trust me. Once you make a homemade cake with like real ingredients, you will realize how simple it is, you realize how tasty it is, and you'll be like, why the hell was I buying these like from someone else? Because it's so much nicer and cheaper to make yourself. And of course, like, I just feel like this is a new year, and if you always wanted to learn something new, or you're one of those people that you know, has challenges, or you like to challenge yourself and think, okay, this month I'm going to learn how to do this, then why not, you know, this is a perfect opportunity.
Nice.
And yeah, and of course, so what I wanted to talk, the main thing is that obviously because you're watching the webinar, I always want to thank you guys back and give something back to you. Obviously you get the free recipe too. But as a bonus, I'm going to give 15% off all my courses. So you have 3 levels, level 1, 2 and 3. And all it means is basically if you're a beginner, you should start with level 1. If you're quite, you know, your way around pastries, you should start with level 2. And obviously level 3 is for those who have already done level 1 and 2. And I cover like wedding cakes and double-tiered cakes. So you don't have to be a hobby baker. Maybe you are, you know, wanting to quit your job that you hate, but you love baking.
Oops.
But you love baking. I'm so passionate.
Pens are flying all over.
I know that some girls message me saying, you know, they don't know if they can do this. You know, could they quit their full-time job and start baking as a side, or maybe as a hobby, and sell the cakes? You can totally do that. With these recipes and cakes, they're all developed, they're all done for you. You just need to start making and practicing, and then you'll see you'll get customers as well and sell these cakes for a very good price too. So yeah, literally this course is very versatile and it's online. So this is another thing I wanted to say, that it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can learn from anywhere. You can be in America, you can be in Australia, in India, wherever. The course is online, the videos are unlimited, watch time is at your own pace, so there is no rush. If you are the person who takes time to learn, then feel free, you know, you can take a week to learn a skill. If you're someone like who's a bit faster and likes to challenge themselves, then you can make the whole cake at the weekend and it will take you 2 days. So really it's just so personalized to you that you don't have to really worry too much. And again, I remind you, I was not able to make any cakes whatsoever a few years ago, so you will be really surprised at yourself.
Nice. So how many recipes are there per?
So it's 22 lessons in each course. So 22 lessons in level 1, and I think like 30 lessons in level 2, and maybe 38 lessons in level 3.
Wow.
So it's a lot of lessons. I say lessons, but they're more like tutorials and they're relaxed. So yeah, and you get sort of recipe of mirror glazed cakes, velvet spraying, you get all types of skills. So I also didn't do a thing that a lot of bakers do, you know, make the same cake with different, just change the fillings. You're gonna learn how to make all sorts of sponges, all sorts of creams, all sorts of purees, mousses and everything. So yeah, it's a very well-rounded course, and you get a certificate as well. So
Yeah, nice.
if you complete the course.
How many, remind me again, what is the biggest number of layers in one of the cakes?
So
I can't remember. I think it's like
quite
10,
low.
if not more.
No, I think it's like 6 or 8 layers.
Nice.
And it's like a galaxy cake, so like really trendy cakes as well. So they're very open to your imagination. You can pretty much use the basis of the recipes as well, and then create your own things if you feel confident enough. But yeah, really, it's just completely up to you. But the main thing, I think, you're gonna feel so good. You're gonna feel like you've achieved something. You're gonna make someone else happy. Your kids are gonna love it. Your family, your husband, your wife. So yeah, and like I said, I had so many stories that really melt my heart, because they, you know, people are motivated either, you know, because they want to do something new, or they're motivated to make someone else happy. I guess that's what we do as humans.
And it's always nice, I guess, when, you know, you've taken the time to bake a cake, and then you can
really
say
personalized.
someone, I've made this, you know, it's like, eat, you know, what I made, rather than bought.
Exactly. It's like so personalized, and I also find that this is a really good birthday present. So you can just go to a birthday party, bring a cake, and everyone's gonna love you, because dessert is what everybody remembers at the party, and there's always loads of birthdays.
Or any other occasions, really.
Yeah.
We've had Valentine's Day, like you said, recently.
Yeah. So another thing I did, so if you are, you know, watching the webinar and you think, oh, you know, I kind of want to get this, but I'm not sure, you know, still on a fence, then this might persuade you. So today I'm doing 15% off all the classes, as in like level 1 and 2 and 3. So you can get it at a very cheap price. So, so level 1 at the minute.
Byron.
Lighting is terrible, by the way.
Byron says he's got less than 2 months before his 30th birthday. That is a good incentive, Byron.
Yes, so any special occasions, you can also get them as birthday presents as well. So
Might have to come around.
Yeah, you come around. It's like gifts, you know. So we do 15% off. So level 1 costs £97. I have prices in dollars as well, but this is £97. So instead of 97 at the minute, it's 82. So that's a huge, huge discount, you know. And then level 2. So level 2 is £107, okay. And now we're doing a huge discount, and you can get it for just £90. And again, don't forget, this is a cost for 30 lessons. So if you actually divide it, it's like less than, I don't know, 15
Well,
pounds.
yeah, it's like £3
£3 per lesson.
per
So
lesson.
It's really, really cheap, guys.
That's basically a cup of coffee that you buy at Starbucks every day.
Yes, every day. So I also realized people spend a lot of money on, like, you know, food and drinks, and then, you know, when it comes to something for yourself, you know, whether it's buying new clothes or whether it's buying something that will develop your skills or you learn something new, we suddenly feel like it's too expensive. So I always say that, you know, you should always put yourself first. So now the level 3 is 117, and that's going to be £99. So as you can see, it's a huge discount. So we have 15% off. And the code, which I will put at the end of the webinar, will be cakes 20. Okay, so that will be the code to use. as the original price for everybody else will be online as 97, 107, 117. But if you use the code, which obviously you see now, the webinar cakes 20, you'll be able to get 82.90 and 99 price wise. I also do a one-off special, which a lot of the girls and guys got. So if you buy level 1, it's already done on the website. You can get level 2 cheaper. Obviously, you won't be able to use the code twice, but you could get 2 courses and get double discount, which is like,
so you can bundle up.
Yeah, which is like, oh my god, it's amazing.
And is it another £15 if I buy the level 1 at 82,
yes,
and then I add level 2, I also get the 15% for that?
Exactly.
Nice.
So it's like a really good bargain, honestly. So definitely have a think. If you were thinking on a fence, this is, you know, invest in yourself. This is really good thing that you're gonna get. And don't forget, we have, you know, so level 1 is 22 lessons, level 3 28, 30, and then 30 I think 5 and 38, you know, might be mistaken. Yeah, so it's a lot of lessons. All the also recipes are written in PDF files, so everything's easy for you. And yeah, this is pretty much my gift to you.
For watching, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general, you know, it's nice to make people happy in general.
On the Friday night, we're here in London.
Exactly. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, let us know, guys.
But I had, I'll post some reviews as well. I had girls reviewing the course already, and they were just surprised that the, you know, I don't know why they were surprised, but they were saying that the quality and the, you know, video quality and sound and everything was just fantastic and so easy to learn. So I really hope that motivates you as well. So it's not just some rubbish, you know. Okay, so just gonna have another sip.
Love your sips. I'm sorry for guys, I'm a little bit shaky. It's again, I did donate blood today, so I haven't fainted yet, so that's good.
Yeah, please don't faint. I need to do the webinar, the ending. So I just want to also talk about the cake. So I have a lot of messages from girls asking me, you know, why does the cake shrink? As you can see, the cake did not shrink. It stayed in the same form. It's because we use the foil, and it's because we let it cool down naturally. So as soon as you try to put this in a fridge or outside, the cake shrinks automatically. So this is really good. We're gonna just unwrap this. And just take a knife and gently go around the edges. Okay. And now just peel off the cling film, and you can see it peels off the first layer that we don't want anyway. It's nice and fluffy. Hang on. Stuck a little bit here. Okay. And there it is, guys. Look how fluffy this is. Look at that. Look at these air bubbles. Yeah, can you see that? It's so light. It's perfect for mousse cake. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. It's mainly, you know, the volume we have from the egg whites, which is amazing. And egg yolks. I'm just gonna set this aside. Could we get the mousse, please? Thank you. So yeah, very exciting. I love this part. It's like my favorite part to assemble the cakes. So I'm just gonna clean this up and put the gloves on.
So professional. I love it.
It's just, I don't, you know, it's, thank you very much. Okay, so it hasn't set completely, but it started to set around the edges, you see. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our raspberry insets, which have, you know, defrosted a little, but that's no problem. They're very sticky. And you just wanna drop them in. So don't worry, they're not gonna sink right now. And what I wanna note to you, you wanna drop them in with your half side, not like this, not like that, but halfway. It's just kind of like this.
So sideways.
Sideways, yeah. Because then when you... Oh, okay, this one's just gone crazy. When you cut the cake, you're going to be able to see that in the cut. I'll show you once we cut the cake. So we're gonna put these around. You can actually use more bowls if you wanted to, but I think this is enough.
That looks nice.
Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our raspberry mousse. Not raspberry, lychee mousse, but pink color. I keep thinking it's raspberry. And just pour that over. Okay. Just like that. We're gonna hide these raspberries.
Yeah, Byron says there's some pretty raspberries there. The bowls.
Yeah. So you might want to just kind of move it around and dip them in. It's alright. And now take your sponge cake, which is perfect size. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna add this with our spotty side, let's say, and just put that on top. And it perfectly fits in. Wow, and that basically goes back in a freezer.
Amazing.
Could we please put this in the freezer? Thank you very much. Alright guys, I'm just gonna wash my hands and we're gonna bring the cake out because obviously I made two. And I'll show you how it looks inside once it's cut. Very exciting. And I'm even going to try some as well because I think it's only fair after all this time. Oh, we're gonna... Oh, I forgot to say, obviously for decoration, once it's set, we're going to decorate it with lychees and raspberries. I'll show you now.
Thanks. Byron is a big fan of our accents, which is great.
So here you can see how I decorated it. I'm gonna cut inside in a minute as well.
Wow.
So you've got the lychees, raspberry lychees, fresh mint, and then I also added some submarine raspberry, which I'll show you what it means. This one I get from what's called like Sainsbury's. So raspberry, basically freeze dried. They're really good to add on top. We're gonna decorate it, and then some fresh.
And there's pistachios.
And some crushed pistachios, yeah. So they actually add a lot of crunch and flavor. So it's like really nice. We don't have any knives.
There should be some there.
Okay, so let's just cut inside. Okay, I don't even know which one to do. Maybe this one. Just want to show you. It's still a little bit. Look at that. Look at this beauty.
Oh wow.
I used actually 2 sponges here, but for you guys we did just one because it's much tastier. So look at this beautiful cake, and you can see the round in here. So we're gonna decorate it with some fresh mint. Just gonna add that in.
To bring that up.
Yeah,
just
bring
so
that
it's...
up. And wait, I was just gonna decorate it a bit more.
Wow, look at that bowl. That looks so cool.
So you want to add some raspberries on a plate. Ooh. Yeah, 1 second. Let me just finish decorating. So I want to just add, you know, if you're serving it for somebody special, just like that. And then you might as well also add some fresh raspberries too.
Look at that.
You can serve it with ice cream.
That literally is like high-end restaurant level, what I say.
Exactly, high-end, made at home in like 30 minutes. Well, maybe like an hour. Just look at that, guys. Super pretty, so delicious. And
amazing.
Of course, I'm gonna try it so you can see the texture and what I mean. You gonna try? You gonna come over?
Amazing. I am drooling. I don't know.
Yeah. You can obviously, of course, add a bit more. Where is my phone, by the way?
It's here.
Alright. It's just... I was just gonna film a little bit for Insta story, just to show everyone. So you guys say hello.
That looks great. Who is drooling over this right now?
Whoa. That is what we just made. Okay, so let's try this. Let's cut through just to show you me. So I just want to show you the layers. Look at that. So we have the first layer, which is lychee, and you can see it's more. It's gonna be more. Oh, shall I lift
Yeah,
it?
just so it's easier.
It's more stable. Because it's got more lychee and egg. Because when we add the what's called coloring, it's a bit softer and it's got more lychees there. So we have the sponge and the raspberry filling inside with the raspberry. So just gonna show you how it goes through super well and easy. Look at this, guys.
Wow.
So moist. So you don't need to make the sponges any moister. Let's just give this a try. Moment we've been waiting for. Oh my god. So good, so light. Lychee flavor comes through so much. And this is what I wanted. I really wanted a lychee flavor because a lot of the desserts try. They just don't have that lychee flavor. And the crunchiness from the nuts. And let's actually get to the raspberry bit. Just want to show you.
Wow.
Oh my god, look at that. So you see? That's how it looks inside.
That's incredible.
It's still a little bit frozen because I had it in the freezer, but you need to defrost it in the fridge.
Can I try that?
Yeah. Do you want the whole piece?
Yeah.
Go on. And you will like it because it's not actually sweet at all. So this cake is low calorie. Amazing. It's literally not sweet. It's sweet enough. It's like souffle. It's like light dessert, so it's low calorie, low fat, and you really get that sort of yogurty lychee flavor.
Wow.
Together with raspberry and the sponge.
Yeah, it's actually perfect. It's like super, like you said, light.
Yeah, it's very
and
light.
fresh. It's like, yeah.
So good.
Reminds me, like, I feel like I'm in it's summer now, or spring, you know? Although it is almost spring.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, like I mentioned, what we're gonna do, what's everyone saying?
Drooling over.
So I'm gonna do something that we've never done before. We're gonna actually give someone a prize. Okay, so you need to listen carefully. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should totally follow me now, and on Facebook at AllasYummyFood. So Instagram.com AllasYummyFood. I'm gonna post a picture after the webinar. So I really appreciate if you go over there and comment what you thought about the webinar. I really need your honest feedback. And then those who commented and liked me, and of course if you're following me, we're gonna give a prize to a winner. You're gonna be able to win one of my levels, 1, 2, or 3, for free. So it's something that I've never done before, and I really want to try it, and I want to give it as a present to somebody who is gonna leave a really good comment, but we're gonna obviously randomly choose the winner.
So it's a prize draw.
Yeah, so if you already got a level 1, 2, or well, obviously not 3, but if you already got level 1 or 2, you're able to win level 3, or vice versa. If you already got level 1, you can win level 2 or 3. Or if you don't have any classes bought yet, you're gonna win level 1, of course. So I'm very excited. And don't forget the code for level 1 and 2 and 3 as well to get 15% off is cakes20. So yeah, guys, really thank you so much for coming to the webinar. I hope you're gonna make this cake over the weekend. I can't wait to see the results. I will send the recipe tomorrow. Yes, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We're just gonna wait for if you guys have any last questions, any last comments. We're getting a lot of thank yous back from Daniela. Thank you so much for watching. Byron as well. And you had also hi from Kenya, from Sunkaya. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Camilla says thank you as well. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
I'll just close the window, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Finish the in the webinar.
Oh, we have one question. Would you remember about the German chocolate cheesecake?
It was really good. Really good.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you, Byron.
Bye.
Bye.